How big of a deal is home flipping in BC? Well, based on the attention it gets from policymakers, pretty big. The federal government brought in new rules last year that make profit from property flipping fully taxable as a business expense. And the BC government has a new home flipping tax that comes into effect January 1st. Basically, everybody wants to improve housing affordability. Housing costs have been one of the big drivers of inflation in recent years. But will trying to crack down on home flipping make any difference? Some new data from Statistics Canada shed some light on this. The most recent available info goes from 2019 to 2021. In that time, a little less than 3% of homes were sold after being owned for less than a year. 2.8% to be precise. That meets the definition of flipping. Of the 3 years, 2021 had the highest flipping rate, 3.3%. 2020, the first year of the pandemic, had the lowest, 2.3%. The data tells us a bit about where home flipping was most common, mostly in urban areas. Abbotsford Mission had the highest rate, about double the average in BC. Vancouver, Kelowna, and Victoria all helped drive up the numbers too. Are you wondering who was flipping? Businesses were doing this at a rate that was disproportionately higher than their involvement in the broader real estate market. The median age skewed a bit older. Slightly more men were flipping. Nearly half of sellers who flipped homes were immigrants, 45%. And this may be surprising, but the median family income of property flippers was actually lower than home buyers who didn't flip homes. So, given the data, is home flipping a big deal in BC or no?
I don't think property flipping is a major cause of the housing difficulties we've had in British Columbia. To some extent, it's a consequence.
Tom Davidoff says price volatility, as we saw in 2021, can turn people into flippers. And he's not the only one who says home flipping doesn't deserve much blame for housing costs.
I think property flipping doesn't shed a tremendous amount of light on the housing crisis that we're undoubtedly facing in this province.
So why is home flipping in policymakers' crosshairs?
We've seen this kind of flavor of the month scapegoat before. At a time it was foreign buyers or empty homes. Now it's flipped homes.
Well, of course, there's a general desire to find the silver bullet that's going to kill housing unaffordability.
Based on the StatsCan data, Davidoff and Hemingway don't expect the new home flipping taxes to do much, if anything, to help housing affordability. So what would help? They both say the problem is simple: too many people and not enough homes. Their solutions? Upzoning and, well, build more homes. Hemingway also says that taxing land and real estate wealth more seriously could help the public sector invest in affordable housing. Rafferty Baker, CBC News, Vancouver.